I need them to play a draft where they're gonna bring, all 5 heroes in one area and do something, right? Last game, I just felt like Khan gave everything to Temple. Didn't even try to play together. Just 2, 3 guys on the map trying to make space for Troll Warlord, but to what end, right? So. Hopefully this game will be a little bit more different. So let's look at the draft here. Khan getting first pick. They go with that Rubik. They don't want Temple to have the Rubik, but in exchange, they're giving up the Doombringer. And then Khan actually end up with Venomancer once again. Temple quite happy to give up this Veno 2 games in a row. And then we see that Spectre being picked up. So for the side of Temple, they can now just ban out all the carries if they want to. No problem. They already got their carry in their draft. So you can see here, Anti-Mage, PL, TB, all the strong ones getting rid of that. And then instantly Undying pick. I'm not so sure about the Undying pick because you didn't really see any strength heroes before you pick this Undying, but Khan actually end up picking a Slaughter into that Undying now. So we're gonna see probably a Venomancer support here on the side of Khan, and then that's gonna be a Slaughter position 3 laning into the Undying Spectre. Shadow Shaman pickup from Tempo. We saw this yesterday. They actually do like this hero with the Undying. Got that nice little Tombstone plus Serpent Words combo going. So the team fights are very cluttered and very difficult for the opponent to enter because there's so many things that you have to kill anyway. And then you also got that solid disables coming out from the Shadow Shaman, and Khan going for the Slark in this game.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of like a interesting matchup, the Slark into Shadow Shaman. Obviously, Slark can get rid of those Hex and get rid of the Shackles, but of course, if he does get caught without his Dark Pact, then he can be in a lot of trouble. These hard disables can come around and kind of bite him back. Also, the Doom, of course, you cannot purge off Doom, guys. So that's going to be an issue as well, but still... pretty good Slark game. Slark and Spectre is a decent matchup, and yeah, doesn't really mind too much about Undying.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean you can't purge off Doom? Are you being a Khan? Are you being a Tempo bias again here, Nomad? Is that what you're doing?
That must be a
bias?
Yeah. I'm being Khan bias.
You're telling us that Doom cannot be purged off. Okay, I'm just playing, guys. Doom can be purged off. I know there's a lot of people in chat who, sometimes won't be able to understand sarcasm over the internet. I get it. It's okay. Makes sense. But yes, Doom is actually a very hard counter to Slark in these situations. There are also situations where Slark can get into the fog and start healing up the Doom damage. But in this game with Spectre constantly daggering the Slark and giving vision of him is going to be very hard to do that.
Yeah,
so
Tombstone
Spectre
as well.
Also, right, there's a lot of people who believe Slark is a counter to Spectre because he can buy that Silver Edge. It is true for a while, but then the new way Spectre is being built with the drums, Manta, Diffu, Abyssal Blade kind of items is very hard for actually Slark to play into that. So I'm really favoring Temple's lineup. Can't need some kind of a lane shoving hero in this last pick if they want to be able to even get farm on this 2 fishes, Slark and Slaughter. They don't really push lanes out that much, I want to say. Like Slark prefers to jungle more, and Slaughter obviously very slow at farming creeps. So they need something that can just get these lanes out to buy time for the Slark and Slaughter to come online so they can take fights.
Yeah, it's like there's so many aspects of the draft you need to cover, and of course, if you do forget about the lane shove or Roshan taking, then you never know when something might come to bite you in the butt later on in the game. So I need to make sure I've got all those boxes ticked. Final ban's out, gonna be the Kunkka from Tempo Khan. They want to get rid of the Beastmaster and the Centaur. So Tempo, yeah, they're gonna need themselves an offlaner, probably one which I don't know actually. The Doom. Yeah, Doom mid, Undying, Shaman 4 and 5, and then Khan with the Invoker.
They stole the Invoker.
They did.
I'm pretty sure Tempo were thinking about that already. They want the Invoker. Okay, so suddenly Khan's lineup has shifted in its game plan a lot because this Alacrity Slark could be very problematic, but they gotta get there though. That's the biggest problem for Khan right now. They gotta get to that point where Slark is very farmed and can utilize that Alacrity. So Tempo here, I mean, Noob is a great Invoker player, so I'm pretty sure he knows exactly what hero he wants to play into this Invoker to shut him down. And I think if they do shut down the Invoker, it's going to be quite a difficult game for Khan to get to that late game with that Alacrity start. I gotta be fair with Temple's lineup, and on top of that, I just feel like they're the better team at the moment, especially after game number 1.
It's really hard to bet against Tempo at this point, isn't it? I mean, the draft looks pretty even, I'd say. And now the Tempo have just got like this 5th pick, which can completely open up the game
Exactly,
for
they
them.
got the
I'm
last.
wondering what they're going to go in for.
So if you're saying that the draft looks pretty even and they have 2nd pick, they got that last pick, then something has gone wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
They're missing a hero and the draft looks even. And they're going to throw down the Zeus. Okay.
You know how I feel about Zeus. I hate this hero.
I love Zeus, man. I love Zeus.
No,
And Zeus Spectre is so sick.
I love Zeus, but I hate the hero being picked for these teams. Like, it just doesn't really provide a whole lot. It's very rare that we see Zeus perform extremely well in games. But maybe Noob's the one who's going to be able to do that. It's just, oh man, it's hard. So it's not like Zeus is going to be able to stop the Invoker from farming either, or making rotations around the map.
Yep.
Mitch is going to be laning into a Slark plus Venomancer lane with his Doombringer. Ah, oh, damn, dude. I think the Zeus is kind of a liability, actually. There's so much lying on this Doom now to have a good game and be able to frontline for his team. But then the Doom also melts against Slark. Like, at this point, I want to like bet against Temple because they got the Zeus. But then Temple is just a better team, like, overall. So let's see.
It definitely feels that way after last game and like their history throughout the tournament. Like, Tempo have just been a step ahead. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely I'm definitely putting my chips behind Tempo at this point. I mean, I like the Zeus pick, so
okay.
I like Zeus into Slark. I think it's really nice because it gives you the burst damage to bring him down. You force him into building BKB, which you do not want to do as a Slark at all. Even an early pipe, you probably still end up going for the BKB on Slark just because it's too much damage. It's too painful to play into as a Slark.
Yeah. I mean, Nimbus and Lightning Bolt can also hit through the Shadow Dance as well, so you got a lot of burst potential there.
You do indeed. You do indeed, yeah. So that's going to be a matchups, and this is going to be game number 2 of Tempo versus Khan. Let's see how they can take it as we get into this one. How does the matchup at mid go? This is Zeus' favorite matchup at mid as well, right? Into the Invoker.
I don't even know if he's going Quas Wex or Exor here, but Exor Invoker is just going to be able to free farm that lane regardless, I think. Okay. We'll see what his build is. Quas Wex will have a little bit of a harder time because Zeus does have very high base damage. Look at that, 70. Invoker has 57 right now.
Virgin Invoker versus the Chad Zeus. I mean, look at this dude. He's so ripped. He's got like lightning bolts coming out of his chest, pretty much. And then you got the little weenie Invoker over here, literally 12 years old. Zeus is gonna win that matchup just based on looks alone. Meanwhile,
I feel like the Invoker persona should be like Tiny, you know, where you just grow as you level up.
that would have been cool, yeah. Watching Invoker grow up through the years.
Yeah.
Get some peach fuzz on him around level 13. Does that mean you start at level 1, you're 1 year old, just like a little baby crawling out of the base? I'm not sure I'd be okay killing a baby in Dota.
With the pacifier. Invoker with the pacifier.
Instead of the orbs, he's got little rattles shaking around his head, putting him to sleep. I'm into that. Meanwhile, Naive chilling under the tower. They've already seen the lanes though, so they know their matchups. I don't think anybody's going to be swapping this game. I think they know what the deal is. So how do we expect these lanes to go? We've got Naive and XL on the top lane, on the Slark and the Veno, versus a Doom and a Shaman. I kind of feel like this is Tempo favored already in the top lane.
Really? You think Doom and Shaman are going to beat the Slark and the Venomancer here?
I think so. I mean, the right-click damage off the Shaman along with Aethershock, I think, just kind of beats out the Veno with his Poison Sting.
Okay.
And then
it really depends on how much region they have. There's 2 healing salves available on the Veno and the Slark. This Doom is going to be in a lot of danger because he's not going to be hitting level 2 anytime soon either to be able to trade back with the Slark.
Yeah, Slark just stealing his stats here as well, making me maybe reevaluate my life choices on this one. Really smashing away into the Doom. I forget how much of a factor Slark can be in lanes these days. He can really smash, but talking about smashing, DNZ is just given XL complete running over in the trades as well, as expected. This is Shaman with his ridiculous starting damage of 77 for some reason, versus a Venomancer who's not even close to that.
What happens in this lane is now Shaman is out of mana, and they have 2 healing salves, right? So one more Ether Shock, the Venom will heal back up, and then the Shaman will have no more impact in this lane anymore. Unless he brings like, oh, he's got 2 mangoes. Okay, great. He's got 2 mangoes. So he's got 2 more. Oh, but Mitch, though, he's getting gone on here.
Yeah, they're trying to get the kill onto Venomancer before that happens, but Mitch taking so much DNZ. I'm not sure he's got enough to bring down the Veno here. And with Naive, with all of these stats, 27 extra agility on the Slark at this point, DNZ has no other choice but to get himself away. So everyone will survive up here at top, but not without a couple of scars.
Yeah. Meanwhile, mid lane, Quaswex getting absolutely dumpstered by Mr. Zeus over here.
Yikes, Pikachu. We've been down this road before, and, well, last game didn't go so well for you. This game, you need to step it up, but, you know, this is a Quaswex into the Zeus. It does leave the Invoker very sorely lacking in the ability to actually secure last hits. All he can really do is mess with the Zeus, try and tornado him for a range creep or something like that, but, yeah, he's very limited in his effectiveness in this lane now.
That's okay. Invoker's impact is obviously from his roaming potential, or even being able to set up onto Zeus when you're playing Quaswex anyway. So he's not going to be too worried about getting denied a little bit more or not getting too many last hits. He'll make up for it by making plays on the map.
The aim of the game. Meanwhile, Zeus is going to kind of control this one up, fire himself up, and try and
Bottom
head towards an early. Oh, getting so low here, but does turn around with the decay, but it doesn't make a difference. Cheshire Cat still brings him down with the Bash of the Deep. So much damage from that spell.
Oh man, every time I see like a stun coming out from Sauter, I feel like I'm getting a headache in real life.
Yeah.
It's just
the noise, the
just
damage,
so
everything. Ugh, so much damage.
Very quiet laning stage, at least for now, apart from that Undying. The Slark is got level 2 in the Essence Shift, so it's gonna have 30-second duration. Oh, they're going in.
Yeah, once again, this time onto the Shaman, turns around with the Ether Shock. It's too much damage, though. Doom tries to deny him, but isn't able to do so. Naive gets that kill, and Mitch might not be so easy either. And look at all this agi. He's fine. They get 2 kills in the top lane.
Speaking of quiet laning stage, bam. That was my intention all along, by the way. I wanted to say that, so we got some nice, juicy action.
Smart.
Instant.
Smart. Using the curse for the greater good.
Yep. And Slark is going to pull so far ahead now because he's got 2 kills in this top lane. He's going to bring out another Wraith Band, I believe, right? Oh, no, he's getting an Orb of Venom and a Magic Wand. Okay, so some more stats and Orb of Venom, so I get that extra slow. This Doom, oh, dude, he's going to be so scared now.
Yeah.
To walk into a lane for going for any last hits. This double slow from the Orb of Venom plus the Venomancer is too much to handle.
Slark and Venom absolutely dominating this top lane, as I predicted.
Good one. Got him.
Meanwhile,
told you, man. You gotta stop being Oh, they're going to top again, actually, onto Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, this time things might be going the other direction, though. They have got the Shackle out onto the Venom, and Naive not that healthy either. Does have himself another Dark Pat. DNZ, though, dropping so low, turns around, can't quite get off that Ether Shock. Meanwhile, Mitch trying to run down Naive. Naive running through the trees and will actually die to the Scorched Earth. Mitch looking for the +1 hit, grabs the Infernal Blade and gets himself the double kill in response. Wow, nice. What a turnaround in this top lane. Meanwhile, Zeus dying in the bottom, getting a kill in the bottom lane onto Kill Gear as he kills him off with the Thunder Gods. It looks like LeBron. No, they keep him alive. Cheshire Cat doesn't get the last hit, dives under the tower for it, and also loses his life. And suddenly there's 4 heroes dead on the side of Khan. What the hell?
Dude, that Zeus ult, I don't think they expected it at all. And if that Slark even managed to live because of that Doom's Scorched Earth running out, I think that Zeus ult would have got him. Yeah. So very fast level 6, able to net the kill onto the Rubik, also helping out the Undying by bringing the Slardar low enough to die to the tower. The game just switched in a matter of like 10 seconds.
God, what a turnaround. It was like 4-0, now it's 4-4. What a crazy, crazy series of events. Well, Tempo, they're back,
but
baby.
It's still scary, though. It's still scary because the Doom can't actually walk up into this lane. Is that okay? He's getting jumped again right here.
He's trying it now. Let's see what happens. I mean, he's got this speed aura. It's actually helping him out a lot. I think this is a very, very critical aura for him to get, much better than the Mud Golems from before. It just allows him to run people down with Scorched Earth, but they've got the Zeus up in the top lane. Now he could be in some trouble. Does he even know? The lightning bolt comes down, and the right click is there from Mitch, getting the kill for Pikachu. Also coming in on this one, but Noob's just holding his ground, brings down Excel as well, getting himself 2. Meanwhile, Pikachu going to suck up the mana of the Zeus. Don't think he's got much left in the tank as DNZ looking to come in from the side here, but Pikachu is ready for him and will not get caught out by Shackles. Making it a pretty good trade still for Tempo up at top. Invoker does get himself 1 onto the Doom, but yeah, I mean, 2 big kills, and especially bringing down that Slark again is just really ruining the momentum he was gaining up in this top lane.
Definitely. And good rotation there from the Zeus to make a play onto the Slark again. Definitely the hero that you want to be shutting down at this stage in the game. Spectre does have level 6 now. Zeus's Thundergod's Wrath is up as well. Maybe they can make some global play somewhere. This is where Khan have to be very careful with how they engage into the opponents, because if they're trading with another hero, if they're going blow for blow, then the Zeus ult and the Spectre Haunt could be the changing factor here. Doom top.
Yeah, he's getting a bit of trouble once again. Excel and Pikachu getting to work, but there is no Slark here. Slark's actually back at mid. Excel has to be careful. But Mitch also maybe overextending a bit here. Everyone's just kind of extending on each other, and there's the Haunt coming in. Krylat joins the fight, and they don't have the vision, unfortunately, for the Ghost Walked Invoker, so it will just be the singular kill. But good enough for the side of Tempo, that's for sure.
Invoker just chilling top, getting the XP while giving the Slark the mid area of the map, so he's able to farm the right and left camps. Invoker TPing back to mid now. They want to make a play onto the Zeus.
Yeah,
it's a little bit of a stretch, though, I have to say. A little bit of a stretch.
Well, Zeus gonna grab himself a couple of clarities.
Shadow bottom
as well. Oh boy. He has got the shackle to slow down his death, but there is the Bash of the Deep ready and waiting, and smack goes DNC.
Oh, my head, it hurts.
I know, his skull well and truly gets bashed, but they will drop the Doom down onto Sala just to make sure they get this kill, and Noob decides he wants it, so gets that kill, and also maybe setting up for top here as the dagger gets thrown onto Excel. LeBron trying to close down onto him, Sorop doing so much damage, Kryliat with the drums just trying to close the gap here, but with the Slark TPing in, realizing he cannot go any further than this. Naive looking forwards, but I don't think he's going to find himself a kill.
Good discipline there from the Spectre, not to commit to that Venomancer after popping the drums. I'm sure there's a lot of players out there, especially in chat, who would have actually committed. He's like, drum charge, I gotta go in.
I would have committed, man. that's a go for me.
I know. I want to say like 95% of the players would have actually committed to that kill. Maybe, if not more. And died. Oh, here we go, Undying.
Yeah, might not be living up to his name right now as the Slark's on top of him, chopping away, though the Sorop healing him up for a lot. Now he's got to be careful, popping the ult a little bit early here as the dagger comes through from Kryliat. Still looking to finish off this Slark here. I don't know how successful he's going to be. Thunder God's not available for another 60 seconds, so Kryliat going to have to do this all alone here. But he's just not giving up. He's coming under the tower. Dagger available in 3 seconds, but that slows out onto Kryliat, and he's going to have to back himself away. Noob coming in as well, though, maybe getting the kill onto Excel. They'll get something for their efforts, but still, not the Slark they wanted.
Yeah, it's okay. They kicked the Slark out. That's what they cared about the most. Now he's going to go into a jungle. Almost has his hand of Midas on the Slark. I think it's a really good purchase this game to try and scare yourself this game. Bottom Doom, though. Ooh, mana burn.
Yeah, he did manage to get off the Scorched Death beforehand, though, so very tricky target to bring down with those 4 points.
So obnoxious to play against EMP.
Yeah.
So obnoxious. How do you feel about mana burn spells?
Yeah, I don't like mana burn in Dota, honestly. Like, it's such a boring mechanic, you know? You're playing, then an anti-mage illusion hits you like 3 times, you're like, oh, great. I get to do nothing now. I love spells.
So you have the same opinion as the League of Legends developers, and that's why they don't have mana burn in that game.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Because they think it's an anti-fun mechanic.
I mean, I agree with the logic in that regards, but yeah, I mean, that's about it. That's about all we see eye to eye on that one. You know, I don't think Blink should be an inbuilt ability which every hero in the game has on like a 30-second cooldown, whatever the hell that's about. I also don't think you should pay to unlock heroes. So, you know, there's one thing I agree on. Let's not get carried away here, folks. Talking about getting carried away, there's a Mass Serpent Ward dropped in the top. Oh, do you like mana burn? Do you think it's a fun and engaging mechanic?
I'm an anti-mage player, you know. I love annoying things. I just don't like when I'm the one getting my mana burned. That's all I'm gonna say. Meanwhile, top tower is dead and bottom tower is dead. Easy trade for both sides here. Game very equal at this point in the game, and I think that's gonna have to favor Khan because they don't have a whole lot of lane pushing heroes, but they've been able to keep up with tempo and their team fighting capabilities at the moment.
Talking about a team fight, there might be one breaking out in the middle lane as we've got 4 heroes gathered from each side, and now they jump onto Axel. That's going to be the target, and he does get himself dropped.
Cheshire Cat just gonna run on away from here. I'm only worried when this Doom actually gets to use Doom. Like, what's gonna happen after that? Because he hasn't been able to use that spell yet. It's 12 minutes into the game.
Yeah, now I believe that was one Doom onto the Slardar, right? But
oh, right. That, yeah, exactly. He was already at like 300 HP or something at that point. There was that one Doom. The Slardar already has a hood. Okay, so seeing that he's playing against Zeus, Doom also doing a lot of magical damage with the Scorched Earth. Very good purchase. Slardar now getting spotted out. Dude, that bolt did like no damage to him.
Yeah, he didn't care about that in the slightest. And they didn't even slow him down long enough for the Shaman to get in range. But they do see this ward now, at least.
Oh, Slardar is the highest net worth, actually. I mean, second highest net worth, but doing very good for himself. I look at Slark, he's got a Midas, though.
Yeah. Arcane Ring Zeus is the absolute dream, by the way.
Is it now? I guess so, yeah.
10 Agi, the 2 armor.
10 Agi?
Sorry, 10
Agi.
Be an interesting stat for Arcane Ring to have. Imagine if a level 1 item gave 10 Agi, though. That'd be so broken.
Woo! Yeah. There's a lot of people who talked about, is this a smoke coming out here? Oh yeah, Undying is putting it in. They're going to smoke up in 2 seconds. A lot of people talked about what if all the items were very static every game. The neutral items that drop. But hold that thought.
I'm holding it as the Doom gets dropped down onto Cheshire Cat here, trying to bring him down immediately, and it looks like they will be successful in doing just about that. Meanwhile, they're immediately going in for more here as a Horn gets popped onto the backline to trying to find Axel as well as Gilgir here. They'll get 1, but they won't get 2. But that is going to be 2 heroes brought down on the side of Khan as the Slardar and the Rubik do get finished off. Tempo again, I mean, you know, it's a real difference in the way these two teams fight, isn't it? Like, Khan just seemed to dangle heroes in, you know, maybe send 2, 3. Tempo, they're not messing around. Every single fight, they're going to make sure they've got all 5 there. It's all about the numbers advantage for this team, and that seems to be working in their favor massively.
Yeah, it is. They can always show up in the team fights because of the Haunt, they got the Zeus ultimate, even if those 2 heroes are not in the smoke, so they got to keep on doing that for like the next 10 minutes and they're going to get ahead. But right now, Khan, they know there's an opening here with the Haunt and Doom on cooldown. They might want to make something happen on their own while the Slark just continues to farm with this Midas. Yeah. So speaking of the neutral items, if they were static, then people would start like building lineups around the neutral items that would drop in the game, and I think that's going to give less diversity in the drafts, right?
By static, you mean like, it would just be the exact same one every single game?
Neutral items. Exactly. Yeah. For both teams. Like, both teams will get the exact same items.
And you know from the start of the game, or it's just not...
Yeah, exactly. You know that these are the only items that are going to drop from neutral.
Okay.
This is like I've seen a lot of like comments because people hate that there's random neutral items that drop. They want very static ones. But I think it just dumbs down the game, and it limits the heroes that you can pick in the game too. So it wouldn't be so fun.
I think so as well. I mean, to be honest, like the thing I don't like right now is it's not the randomness of it. I like the neutral items, and the randomness of those it's very slight and it's fun. What I don't like, however, is the drafting in ranked right now. I mean, we're talking about pubs, so I guess it doesn't make a difference to competitive play, but the drafting in pubs is so garbage.
Serpent wards drop on the mid tower. There's a lot of heroes here.
Catapult here as well.
It's like a 4 versus 5 without Haunt.
feel like Khan could
But
maybe
they're
go
gonna
in for
take this
this.
tower with the catapult. Oh, this is it's such a good play from Tempo. Like they're just protecting the siege creep and dropping the wards. They get this big tier 1 tower middle. I don't think Khan have any opportunity to take this mid tower back without winning a team fight. They have to win a team fight, right? If they want to be able to take this mid tower back. So it's going to be a lot of map control and map vision coming out from Tempo side around the mid area.
Yes, it's just really nice that Tempo are making these kinds of plays without their Haunt ability up as well. I mean, it's so confident from this team. Really showing that they just know exactly how strong they are.
How strong?
Or
yep,
it might be that, or it might be the fact that they just know that Khan's not going to react. They know that Khan's not going to play into them. They've got this Slark Midas going for the Echo Saber. It doesn't have it yet. You know, what are they really going to do?
Indeed. And even if he does get that Echo Saber, like he's not fight ready quite yet, right?
No.
He's going to need that Shadow. He's actually going straight for a Silver Edge first. Because he needs it. He needs to be able to enter the team fights somehow.
Yeah.
Without being seen. Because if he's seen, then the Doom's just going to pop the ulti on him. And here we go. Sada, are you going to get Doom for the 3rd time in this game, sir? Nope, they're going for the Invoker instead.
Yep, but they actually managed to get the invis out in time, but they throw down the sentry under the tower to make sure they get the vision on Pikachu here. Can they finish the job though? That is a question as the Tombstone comes down. It looks like he's made his way out of this one. Meanwhile, the Doom's actually in trouble in the backlines. They get Pikachu, and Mitch gets himself away. Unreal. Gilgear is also going to go down, and Tempo, they just cannot seem to lose the fights. Khan cannot seem to catch a break. Cheshire Cat going to be the next one to fall here. Noob does go down to the backlines to Naive. A very, very small victory every cloud, but unfortunately, it is still a huge win for Tempo in the mid.
Well done there by Tempo to jump onto the Invoker, but the Invoker with the quick fingers got that Ghost Walk off. It looked really scary. If Mitch actually died there, I want to say that was in favor of Khan. But
Agreed.
because Mitch survived with like 1 hit left, very big win. 3 heroes dead. Zeus, not a big price to pay, yeah?
Yeah, not a big price to pay. I mean, he doesn't like dying, but it slows down his ags, but that doesn't really matter. I think that he more cares about dying to the Slark because he's like the only threat in this game, and his net worth is pretty insane. Right.
The Spectre is also quite happy that she was able to enter that team fight, get a few assists, kill, and not be able to go back to farming. Almost got that Manta. Ooh, Vambrace, delicious for Spectre.
So nice. So good.
So nice. Especially with this drums Manta build, like you get that agility, attack speed. Feels good, man. Oh, LeBron.
In they go onto the Doom here, sorry, but they're not going to throw it down. The Slardar will just run himself away. They don't have Haunt up. It's pointless to take a fight without Haunt at this point. Imclaw found by a Spectre as well. She actually takes the Imclaw over the... Oh, yeah, because they want to give the Vampraise to Zeus for the bonus magic out.
Right. That makes sense too. The spell lamp is so good for the Zeus. Yeah. Okay, and also another shot. what do you guys want, guys?
Zeus is just spoiled for choice right now.
Yeah. Interesting. Imclaw, huh? Over the Vambrace. Didn't think about it, but yeah, here comes a play onto the Doombringer.
Yeah, they're struggling to take him down, and Thundergod's doing so much work. Mitch will eventually fall here and did not get off that Doom onto anybody, but they're so low on the side of Khan. All they could do is try and run themselves away, but there's an army of zombies chasing them right now. We're getting Resident Evil up in this bitch as Pikachu trying to run himself away. Ether Shock brings him down, and they will kill off the Venomancer as well. 4 heroes melting for a Doom. Wow. I mean, how is this going so wrong every time, Theban?
Wow. Dude, you gotta see, how much damage is Zeus doing that fight? Can you see it? It must be insane.
I mean, I didn't check, but I can look individually. Let's have a look. Mr. Invoker took 900 damage. Mr. Slardar, he took 1,100 damage. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Venomancer, he took 700 damage. I mean, this was the Zeus show, really, wasn't it?
Oh my god, I don't even know how much. Like, you jump the Doombringer, but the Doom, like, while you're jumping him, is providing vision for his Zeus of all the heroes, and the Zeus, all he had to do is just cast a bunch of arc lightnings, ultimate. Oh wow.
Yep.
I don't even know. At this point, they have to jump to Zeus every single time. If they don't jump to Zeus, they go for the Doom again like that, they will lose every engagement.
This is very, very rough for the side of Khan. I mean, that was a good play as well. I like that play. Jump the Doom, kill him off, try and get him down as quickly as possible. But unfortunately, there's just way too much damage being done from the Zeus at this point. You don't have another option anymore. You have to get on top of him.
Or you do. And I wonder if the Slark even has to go for like some kind of a Blink Silver Edge build just to be able to catch that Zeus. I don't even know
Needs
how he's
BKB
gonna
as
get
well though. He can't play without it. It's so hard.
Right, he can't. He really can't play without BKB this game. Agreed. And then he also has to worry about the Doom itself.
It's
Ooh,
sad. He's got
it's a
so much
lot.
net worth, but yet he still needs so many more items before he comes into this game properly.
Right. Gotta be concerned about the Spectral Dagger constantly watching him too in the fights.
I mean, I think this
There
is the
we
point
go.
where you really regret picking Venomancer as your 4th position, as Horn and Thunder Gods do get dropped for a kill onto Gilgear, and now into the front lines, they'll get Excel as well. Cheshire Cat does come in with a 2-man stun. I'm not too sure why, though, as he's going to get caught out by DNZ, and somehow Pikachu and Naive are still considering whether they want to commit to this one before they finally consider that that would be a terrible move, and they'll get themselves
They
away.
want Roshan.
Yeah, they
But
do.
They don't have the dash for this though.
It'd
I
be
think.
very slow.
They have wards. Never mind. They have separate wards though. Okay, it's good enough. They got the separate wards. They're good. They're good.
Yeah, and I mean, Spectre with this build as well does a good amount of Roche. She's got the max points, well, 3 points in Desolate for the 48 bonus damage. Helps out a lot against Roshan. They're thinking of coming in here. Pikachu wanting to make a cheeky play as the Tornado gets thrown across. Will lift up that Spectre and give them the vision on the Roche, but Pikachu is actually in some trouble right now, but they'll get the lift off, they'll get the throw back. Meanwhile, Roshan has fallen and Corelliad has picked up that Aegis. Meanwhile, XL coming in from the side, drops a Poison Nova down. They're trying to get off the Doom, will be able to land it onto the Slark here. Slark trying to get himself away, has to turn around. It's Corelliad, but he's only taken through an Aegis here, and he's going to lose his life. He doesn't even get the kill, doesn't even get the Aegis, and GG is popped. That is it. That is all we're going to have in this best of 3, folks. It is just 2 short matches as Tempo absolutely annihilate Khan.
Annihilated that.
Crikey.